What's up, Dragon Brood? This is going to be a fun one. We're going to get to play Oculus. We're going to get to play some other new cards. And we're going to try to fill the graveyard and get things back cheaply. Or at least grow things by sending stuff to the graveyard. Let's talk about it. So we're starting with Grand because, well, we don't have that many things spell-wise that get cheaper. But if Grand attacks and sends something to the yard and even herself goes to the yard, that actually kind of helps us out. Spell Pierce to just stop a few problematic spells. Moonshadow, though I think Spell Pierce could maybe be some other counter, but we'll see as the games go on. Moonshadow, because again, we're going to be trying to send a lot of things to our graveyard. Requiting Hex and Bitter Triumph for some removal, but again, a way to send something to the graveyard. We do have Souls of the Lost that benefits from all the permanents in the graveyard. Likeness Looter that wants to copy something that's in the graveyard, but can draw and discard for us as well. And then Abhorrent Oculus, so we could turn a Looter into an Oculus, which would be cool. We also have Grave Researcher that could reanimate an Oculus, potentially. Or I guess another Researcher. That'd be kind of cool. We do also have Karsi Revenant that could give stuff Flying Deathlink and Death Touch and Lifelink. I guess that's kind of a word if you put them together. And then Ralzeric that can also function as its own reanimator for something like an Oculus, but also can surveil and just put a bunch of stuff in the graveyard. Or allow us to discard an Oculus so that we could do some fun stuff with it. So it should be pretty interesting what we're going to be able to pull off with this one. But as a reminder, there's a brand new set out right now with Strixhaven. And if you want to put in some orders and save 5%, go over to Tales of Adventure. It's toamagic.com. If you use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, it'll save you 5% on whatever you get over there. So just want to point that out before we get into the games. But speaking of which, let's go get into those games. Okay, opponent goes first, sure. I guess we get to see how badly you have a removal spell. Okay, they didn't have it. Intriguing. Well, discard a card. We're going to kill the Moonshadow now? Or you want to kill Souls of the Lost? Take your pick. Either way, kill one, it grows the other. We're okay with that. Oh, Bitterbloom Bear. Alright.
My words strike like lightning.
Each player discards a card. I'm not mad at that. Oh, because you're doing the same thing we're doing. Well, of course. That makes plenty of sense. Alright, well, what are we doing? I guess we're just playing a Likeness Looter? Alright, well, into Ralzeric. One of those has Menace, my friend. Alright.
I'm done arguing.
Okay. So they needed their Ralzeric to get their Abhorrent Oculus back. What is this guy? Oh, this is one like when it dies, you can have it come back or something. Yeah. All right. Sure. You got it. Sure. Wow, that sucked. All right. Surveil. Golly. This is abysmal. Alright. You could technically attack 3 into him. Alright. Okay. Well, lots of people are loving the pox today. So that's a real thing. Surveil.
Always pay attention.
Man, you know. Sure. How many creatures do we have in the yard? We have plenty. All right. So let's just slow some of that action down. And then attack with this guy, just because. I mean, it's a 7-ball. You gotta do something. Alright. Nothing? Nothing. Wow. Oh, another Poxplay. So we just go down to 1 creature? Oh, it's actually half the permanents. So hold on a second. But it's rounded down, right? So we still only lose 1 thing. I think I'm going to keep Likeless Looter. Alright, that resolves, I guess. I mean, actually, here's the weird thing. If we keep... So we sacrifice 3 things. So what if we go 1, 2... Actually, man, I should have looted first. I think. Because I was just thinking, if I looted for a researcher, then that actually is pretty good. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And then let's draw. Alright, don't need that anyway. And then as a sorcery, we could copy a dude. Actually, we have a flyer that's just a 7/7 at this point. And then some. So yeah, let's just go. Not even get too crafty about it all. Let's just have a big Souls of the Lost. And just say, alright, if you got something, you got something. Alright, works for me. Oh, they actually drew a removal spell. Gosh dang it. Alright, well, that's a thing that happened. Alright, fair enough. We go down to 2. I'm assuming that's a removal spell. We'll sacrifice a permanent. Why not? You got it. You win. But yeah, I should have looted first previously. If I'd have done that, I think we'd have been able to win. Because, like... Or I should have just copied the, dude when I could. And then... would have been able to just reanimate something when I had, like, 8 life. And that would have ended it, too. What's the trigger on this coming back? Exile an instant or sorcery? Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright. Way to go, Souls of the Lost. Nice. But the biggest deal is, me and Dev talked about this. We're going to keep this. Is if we were to do a wrestling channel, you know, we're kind of more positive than a lot of people are. And that would, I think, be different for the wrestling community to have a different perspective. Because I think the most positive people I watch are like Stash Club Wrestling, and they're just a fun tandem of folks. All right, we draw and discard. Bleh. Well, that sucked. I guess just probably a land. I don't even know what we're up against. It's a black-white land? Yeah, sure. I'll just play Souls of the Lost. And we will discard a card. Since we have Ralzeric and can get stuff back, it's like if they kill something, great, we'll just reanimate it. Or we'll Ralzeric it. I guess technically Researcher reanimates it. That's weird. We like to say reanimate as just like a shortcut to get something back, but now there's a thing that actually has reanimate. So that's going to make conversations a little weird. What are you? Leech Collector. Each opponent loses 2 life. Yeah, alright, sure, I guess. Let's attack first with Bopham and see what we get. Oh, another Ralzeric. Well, sure, I guess. And then we'll go ahead and just off that so we can continue attacking. Alright. And that is only 1 creature still in our graveyard. What you got, opponent? What you got? They're thinking about something. Starscape Cleric. Well, fortunately, that doesn't block, so that's good. But it looks like they still have mana to play something. Beavers does block and drains us. And scries. So much value for 1 mana. And then we lose another life. So they're doing a life drain sort of situation. It's possible we may end up Ralzericing this turn anyway, but let's attack. Ooh. Maybe not. It's like, hold up. Wait a minute. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, do I want to discard this? Am I just discarding a land here? That feels weird. But maybe we are. Alright. Mostly because I don't want to end up in some weird life gain loss situation with the cleric. I'd like to be able to just kill it and keep anything insane from happening. You are cursed. Yeah, Danhausen's wild, man. I've been following Danhausen since the pandemic, really. There's a funny video of him doing like a barroom brawl where he ends up doing the Pee Wee Herman tequila dance in the middle of the match on top of the bar top. It's crazy. I think that's how I first found him, to be honest, was because of that match. All right, opponent, what do we got going on? Wow, they're just attacking? Is this like... Alright. Oh, I thought maybe they were gonna, like, sneak something onto the battlefield. I don't know what was happening. What's going on? Alright, I'm gonna discard a card, I guess. I mean, they have 4 mana up. They took damage for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Okay, they're going to Silver Quill Charm again. Okay. Well, that could have been worse. Alright, we want to attack first before taking something out of the graveyard. We are only at 4. Ugh, okay. Well, Grand. That helps. I think I might just Likeness Looter straight up. Yep, I think that's all we're doing. Bloodletter? Yeah, that's fine. That is neither here nor there. Alright. Is there anything good we do? Let's attack. Leave up the Likeness Looter. Blah. That's not what we're looking for. Sure. I mean, you gonna block our Grand? I was gonna say, if you're not, I'm cool with it, but I would assume you would. Alright, so this just means the opponent's likely just gonna Pox, right? Okay. Well, I guess if they do, they do. Just to make sure we have a blocker in case they don't. But it's probably just Pox and we lose. Actually, we lose half our life rounded down. So we would lose 3 and then go to 1. So actually, we're not dead. I mean, we go to 1 now, though, which, not good. Alright, we will draw and discard. Wow, Sparrowpierce, you are forever late. I don't think you matter at all in the grand scheme of things. Alright. We will surveil and hopefully put something worthwhile. Oh my gosh! I guess we lose? Because truly nothing we can do here, right? Like, we could, like, copy a researcher. Copy a researcher. Oh no, Undercity Sewers comes in tapped, so we can't even do that. So, I guess we just draw. Yeah, we're just dead. Oh, and there's Oculus, like, way too late. Yeah. Sadly, don't have any real outs here. I mean, sure. Why not? We're quieting Hex. Yeah. Yeah. That's tough. I mean, all the opponent has to do is just make a demon and we die. Because they already unlocked the other room. Good game, though. It just didn't work out in our favor, unfortunately. Yep, just make your demon. I was like, don't do anything else. Alright, sounds good. You got us. Ugh, I really wish we had a 2-mana thing, but I guess it doesn't matter because we have Undercity Sewers anyway. So, we'll go ahead and play this. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Alright, let's find something useful. You know what, Grand, you qualify, lady. Good on you for showing up on time. I ain't even mad at you. Go ahead on with your bad self. Alright, we can respect that. Let's attack with the Grand. May just be... Ooh, I was going to say just discarding another Grand. I think that's still correct. Though I kind of want to play Grave Researcher. But we're not going to quite be at the number yet. So let's play Souls and discard the Oculus. Play a land. Alright. Where's your blue land? Nope, they don't have it. But so far we've seen 4 colors. So anything's possible. Sure, let's attack. Oh, you don't have anything. Wow. Intriguing. Are we just going to get our board wrathed? Is that what's about to happen? Huh. I don't know what to do. I thought, you know what? I'm going to gamble that this just isn't going to be good in this matchup. And then I'll play a Likeness Looter, see if it encourages them to use a Day of Judgment. And then, if so, I'll rouse Eric and get back an Oculus. Okay, there you go. Probably could have done it. They would have probably done it anyway if we didn't play the Likeness Looter, but at least threatened an Oculus otherwise.
So eager.
Alright. Another Day of Judgment. I'm just wondering, what's up with everybody wanting to play control decks in the early access stuff? It's like people don't like fun. Let me view the battlefield. What do we have in the graveyard? Oh, we have plenty of stuff in the graveyard. You know what? I will leave one Oculus to draw. Should have flipped up the Moonshadow, but I'm going to go ahead and play this. We have a counter. Not even mad at it. Ooh, another Ralzeric, but obviously we want an Oculus. No, they just discarded a Jeskai Revelation. Alright, and that'll do it. Okay. We're going to keep this. Let's put this in tapped on black. You watched the Silver Quill stream. I'm assuming you're talking about the aggro pile we played. All right, let's try a Souls of the Lost. We will discard a card. Would you like to deal with my Souls of the Lost? All right, now that they know we have Abhorrent Oculus, their whole plan will be stopping whatever we have that could take advantage of the Oculus, which is what they should do. So we're going to go attacking. So we will start with the Likeness Looter. Because this is something that can copy Oculus. They'll have to dedicate to spending some removal or something on it. Alright, that a counter. That's fine. We could live with that. Put this on black, I guess. Is this just another one of those, like, weird Jeskai loot decks or whatever? We've been seeing so many of those. It's sad, but I'm kind of bored of playing against them already. Alright, go attacking. Alright. Revenant. And no Helix or anything for our Revenant? What? That doesn't seem right. Crazy, I still only have one card in the graveyard. Alright, dude, I'm just out on that discussion, Bush. Where you feel free to take that conversation whichever direction you want. Alright, opponents at... okay, let's go ahead and try to play a Likeness Looter. Okay. Alright, I'll make you spend the mana to deal with it. Why not? Alright, well, maybe we're just gonna get our board swept or something. I mean, that's a lot of power. You gotta do something. Yeah, there's a Day of Judgment. That makes sense. What if... We have a lot of cards in the graveyard, huh? Alright. So what if we try Ralzeric first? Just to test the water. Maybe. This might just be one of those, like, a counter that could make us pay 3 life or whatever, but or 3 mana, but yeah, we'll try to return Abhorrent Oculus.
No slacking off.
Pass the turn. Oh, Ralzeric's gonna eat it with a Lightning Helix. Yeah, fair enough.
Case closed then.
Sure. That could be a fun one to turn face up if they do something that just deals damage to creatures. That's a sick little surprise. Because we have 1, 2... Oh, everything in our yard's a permanent. That's sicko. Draw 2, add 4? Yeah, sure. Let's see what they do. Hey, you're talking in the chat. Everything's open season, bruh. Consult. Sure, you get to consult. That's going to work out just fine for us. Going to be a lot of damage incoming. Surveil. You got it. All right. Turn this face up. Can we get any more things into the graveyard? I don't think so. So the best we could do is 12. That is very unfortunate. But all right, 12 it is. I mean, all we can do. So you just got to do what you can. Come on now. There's the loot. So now they can start doing all kinds of things. Because your stuff makes more mana if you play instants and sorceries. This guy's revelation makes a lot of sense. Can't really make this any crazier. So I guess we just attack for 5. Play, I mean... Sacrifice a permanent? Yeah, it's probably okay. Just trying to be protective of our hand because I don't know when we're going to get to do all this, you know? I guess we go ahead and just play a Grave Researcher. There's a chance we're going to lose our whole board here anyway, but, you know. Yeah, we'll play Oculus. Why not? I mean, the opponent basically has like 50 mana. So, like, they can do whatever they want. Alright, here comes a double Jeskai's whatever. Oh, that's even worse for us. Fantastic. Instant sorcery spells you cast have Storm. Here we go. Get to do all the copies of all the things. Yep, and they still have tons of mana. Draw 4, deal 4 to each creature and planeswalker. Yep. Draw all the cards. They obviously have all the mana. Well, they have 16 cards left. So they're planning on winning right now, because now they have 8 cards left. And they have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana to do however they see fit. Oh, yep, and that generates a bunch of treasure. That should do it. Alright, we'll give them the GGs. Good game. Like, we don't even need to see them play it out. We'll save the time. We go first. Yeah, we're keeping this. Because we can Moonshadow into a Moonshadow into Sewers and then just see what happens from there. Moonshadow. Play Sewers. I kind of really like that, but we're digging for lands anyway, really. So it's fine. Plus, if we get a land, we could always just rouse Eric, get it back. It's fine. Or we will be doing no such thing. I'd rather just slow down their mana in this circumstance. Discard. And attack. Alright. Just trying to put the hurt on them with the moon shadows. Oh, Marisol is the demonic tutor one. I mean, it's fine because it's just a 5/4 body, if nothing else. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a legit problem all on its own. You know what? I'm supposed to play Rouse Eric here, but I kind of want to just play Grave Researcher, so I think that's what we're going to do. Just to really do the thing, just because. Just because we're early access, just wanting to make some content, so sure. I mean, I only have one thing really to get, and it's Souls of the Lost. Which we can't do yet. I'd have to get some combination of Researcher, Rouse Eric, whatever action going on. Okay. Anthropod, sure. Mockingbird, copy the Anthropod, I see it. I see the vision. Oh, you copied our Moon Shadow? Interesting choice. Not sure I get it, but hey, teach their own. Gonna surveil. Oh, yep, yep. What's our graveyard look like? Yep, alright. Well, we'll just put you in the yard. And go attacking. Block, block. Yeah, sure. We can live with that. And now we have Grave Researcher and Rouse Eric both ready to go. I am not drafting. I don't draft for content. I usually just draft or play sealed on my own time. Mostly because of, there's a whole thing. But if people want to see me draft and then just have some fun with like the deck building and not necessarily play the games, then sure, you got it. We could do that all day. But most of the time, people who like watching draft also want to see the games played. And I am not your guy for that. So let's go ahead and actually, what do we want to get back? I guess we get back Souls of the Lost. Alright. I'm just like, there's so many options, but let's get Souls of the Lost. And then we'll just get Oculus. And I'll go ahead and play Grand because. And there's really no need to do anything else here, right? No, not really. Sure. Boo. Alright. Oh, I did that wrong. Should put the Spell Pierce. Putting another permanent in the graveyard would have made Souls of the Lost bigger. I mean, I know it gets any graveyard, but the opponent doesn't have any real targets. Like, I don't want those. Yep, requiting it. I mean, sure, I guess it does a thing. Does get rid of a problem, I guess, with flyers. Opponent's only at 1 anyway. Alright. Not sure it matters, but yeah. Alright. Get in there. Another Rouse Eric. Alright. Cool. Interesting. We hadn't seen a Simic counters deck that's trying to do this thing. We have seen Wild Growth Archaic in a few lists. We played it in a list or two ourselves already, but so I think it's good. This is just very interesting with like X spells. I'd be very curious to see what else they had other than Wan Shi Tong that they were trying to get away with, because they did have Mockingbird as well, which is kind of cool. I see where they're going though. That's kind of fun stuff. With this deck, I think it's kind of what it needs to be. You know, I think the Grave Researcher is fine. The only thing I wish is there was like one more 3 mana-ish thing that we wanted to get other than just Oculus. Because I think Oculus is the best thing. And then obviously like Revenant's very good. And then we have the other backup plan of just like, we're going to beat down with Moonshadows and Souls of the Lost, right? And I do like the Carsey Revenant because of the fact that we could at least make it hard to deal with Moonshadows or Souls of the Lost, right? You make this flying after it's like a 12-12 or whatever, or 12-13, I guess. But yeah, so there are some ways you can get around even if you don't get the Oculus, which I think is totally reasonable. But yeah, this was pretty sweet. We had some interesting games, some fun stuff, had some close games. But yeah, I think if you wanted to play Oculus, this is the way you can do it. I do think we have to also be aware that you will be susceptible to graveyard removal, right? Because Moonshadow, sure, if they remove the graveyard, you've already grown your creature. But Souls of the Lost and Oculus, when you're trying to target it to get it into play the hard way, or the easy way, I should say, it's a pretty big deal, right? You need to have a graveyard. So that's fine, but you know you're playing a Reanimator-y style deck, and that's just what comes with the territory. But yeah, link will be over on Moxfield. Be sure to check that out if you want to try this, like always. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.